Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and today I'm going to be doing a week in preview, and this is going to be for the 14th of May 2012, the week of the 14th of May, and this is going to be my last week in preview for quite a long time, I'm afraid, so I won't be donning my cheesy sunglasses for quite a while, I'm afraid, but more, a bit later on in this. So, let's start with, as usual, last week. So last week I did an instrument tour of my 5 guitars, my Stag Acoustic, my Challenger VP, my Epiphone SG G310, my Epiphone Les Paul Standard, and my Mexican Fender Stratocaster Standard. And that seemed to be a very successful video. I've got loads of likes for it, and the feedback seemed to be really positive. So yeah, I'm really happy about that, and I'm certainly over the coming weeks going to be doing a tour of my drum kit that's right over there, and showing that to you. And hopefully by the time, before this video has been uploaded, the video before it should be a review of Dragon Forces The Power Within, probably late Sunday, early Monday. This will be out, and yeah. And also, my top 50 bands of all time, part 1 of that, hopefully should have been uploaded before this on Sunday. And yeah, check that out certainly. That series is going to be going on for probably about 5 weeks odd. And yeah, this was from 50 to 41. But this week, what's going to happen? This week, it's a special week. It's my, last proper week of scheduled videos for quite a while, for a month odd. But it's special for the reason that on Wednesday, which is, let me just check what the date is of Wednesday, it's the 16th of May, it is of course the 2-year anniversary of Ronnie James Dio's death. And, he is one of my favourite artists, and certainly my favourite vocalist, singer, whatever you want to call it, of all time. Also one of my favourite lyricists. I think that, his loss to the music world was just a massive blow for metal as a genre. And to pay my tributes to the great Ronnie James Dio, who's influenced my musical tastes so very much, I want to do Dio Week. And I've said that I'm going to be doing this Dio Week for a while, but I'm going to be explaining exactly what's going to be happening during Dio Week. So what I want to do is I want to do reviews of 7 Dio albums in 7 days. And so on Monday I'm going to be doing a review of the classic Long Live Rock and Roll by Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, which of course featured Dio on the first 3 albums, and this phrase has been a signature of my channel for the last month odd. And then on Tuesday I'm going to be doing a review of another Rainbow album, and this one, Rainbow Rising, and I got the special edition here, which is pretty cool. And then I scheduled this. I have other Dio albums, but I wanted it to all go in order of release. And I wanted on Wednesday to do a review of my favourite Dio album, which is Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell. It also happens to be my, I think it's like 2nd, 3rd favourite album of all time. Well, no, 3rd favourite album of all time, yeah. Such a good album, easily my favourite metal album. Don't have much to say about that. I think you can guess the score that's going to get. And then on Thursday, I'm going to be doing a review of Mob Wars, again by Black Sabbath, featuring Dio when they still had the name to Black Sabbath. And then on Friday, I think we're at, I'm going to be doing a review of Dio's solo album, Holy Diver, with Vinny Appice on drums and Viv Campbell on guitar, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, he certainly is bringing back the original lineup of this anyway. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be doing a review of Black Sabbath's, the last album featuring Dio, Black Sabbath, which is Dehumanizer, and which I got the special edition for again. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be doing a review of the last album Dio ever released, which is Heaven and Hell's The Devil You Know. And Heaven and Hell was literally the Dio era Black Sabbath, but Ozzy stopped them from using the name, so they called themselves Heaven and Hell. And this is certainly a heavier album compared to something like Heaven and Hell, Wonderwalls. But yeah, so I want to review all these albums, and I really hope I get to do. It's going to be a pretty big undertaking on my part, and especially as in the following weeks there's going to be near 0 reviews. Yeah, so that's what's happening this week. It's going to be a really busy week, so catch as many Dio reviews as you would like. Okay, so release-wise, there's really nothing of interest, so I can skip that part. And now I'll just explain to you exactly what's happening for, the coming weeks. So there's going to be no weekend previews until they'll start regularly again the end of June, maybe, or most likely beginning of July, to be honest, the first week of July. And then I'm just going to tell you the releases of interest until, I'm back regularly doing weekend previews, as I won't be able to tell you about them, which is on the 21st of May. We have Slash releasing his second solo album even, which is called Apocalyptic Love, featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. And then on the 24th of May, we have Joe Bonamassa releasing Driving Towards the Daylight, which I'm very excited about, but not as much as the Slash album, which is my most anticipated album of the year, but certainly looking forward to Driving Towards the Daylight of Joe Bonamassa's. He's such a wonderful blues guitarist, singer, whatever. And then on 26th of May, we have an album, I Am I's debut album, Event Horizon. If you don't know who I Am I's, that's fair. They are ZP Fiat from Dragon Forces, his new band. And yeah, so I might be able to check that out. I hope so, but not sure. And then we have another one of my most anticipated albums of the year coming out on the 11th of June, which of course is Rush's Clockwork Angels. And that's pretty much the releases of interest to me until I get back into doing weekend previews again. So the ones I'm definitely going to be reviewing are Slash's Apocalyptic Love and Rush's Clockwork Angels. The other ones, I don't know, it depends if I can get hold of them, round about their release, but I can't make any promises with I Am I's and Joe Bonamassa's, I'm afraid. Okay, so let's go to the segment of what I've been listening to this week. So this week I've been listening to Asia's Asia, and this is from the Asia Anthology, which has the first 4 albums on it in a row, over a couple of discs. So I've been listening to, pop rock or melodic rock, whatever you choose to call it, Asia's debut album, Asia, which of course has, it has Cole Palmer on drums, Jeff Downes on keyboards, John Wetton on vocals and bass, and Steve Howe on guitar. And if you don't know, Steve Howe and Jeff Downes are from Yes, Cole Palmer's from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and John Wetton is from King Crimson. And yeah, it's quite funny how these massive prog icons come together to make a pop rock or melodic rock album, and melodic rock bands, and they have a new album coming out in July, which I'm excited for. So yeah, I just wanted to listen to some Asia, and it was been very enjoyable. I also listened to a classic, just a general classic album which I'd never heard before, which is Bob Dylan's Highway 61. Songs like a Rolling Stone and Desolation Row. I didn't think Bob Dylan was really going to be my cup of tea, but I was very pleasantly surprised. I listened to this album only over my laptop, I'm afraid, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really cracking album, and certainly need to listen to it on hi-fi. I may well even get in my list of best albums ever. Really good. And of course I've been listening to Dragon Force's Power Within, as I'm reviewing that. And on YouTube I also listened to the famous Queen Live Aid concert. That was so good. 20 minutes of a spellbinding performance by Queen, especially Freddie Mercury. I mean, wow, what a concert. Okay, so I only have one miscellaneous thing to talk to you about today, and that is the website with-mag.com, which I have become a contributor of, and it's a really cool online website. There'll be a link in the description below, and my Adrenaline Mob review has been put up there, and I'm going to be doing reviews for it in the future. And yeah, it's really cool. They have, you know, access to labels and stuff to get review copies, and also I may get opportunities to interview bands and, you know, things like that. So, you know, really cool opportunities. I'm really pleased they, you know, happy to have me on board, and I'm really happy to be there. So, you know, big thanks to them, and you know, really do go and check them out. They're a really good site. And then in the news, I actually don't have any good news this week. So, well, no, it's not as in good news as in happy news. I just don't have any news, really. All I would like to say is just like to maybe, you know, update what I was saying about Viv Campbell last week. So, if you don't know, I'll just update you briefly. Vivian Campbell is bringing back the original lineup of Dio, and they're touring, but of course Dio's dead, so they're having Andy Freeman on vocals. And last week I don't know, I sort of went on a bit of a rant about it. I wasn't too happy about it, but I have changed my mind since then, because I was thinking, you know, what is the, and one of my subscribers pointed this out to me. It was, I think, Hub Music. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Hub Music. And you know, how can bringing Dio's wonderful music to a new generation be remotely harmful? I think as long as they don't record an album under Dio's name, that's when I'll get really pissed off. But, you know, they're not going to tarnish Dio's reputation. I don't know really who would want to go and see them. I certainly wouldn't want to, even if they toured Liverpool and plays the Academy or something. I wouldn't go and see them. Even if the ticket prices were like a £5, it just wouldn't interest me, because what's Dio without Dio? But hey, if people want to go and see him, then good for them, and you know, I hope they would enjoy it. But it's not my cup of tea. But I suppose, what harm's it doing? As long as they don't start recording stuff like I think Thin Lizzy are trying to. They're recording an album now without Phil Lynott, which is just so stupid, and I'll probably rant about that at a later date. But, yeah, as long as I don't do any recordings and just tour, I'm fine with it, to be honest. So anyway, this has been my last week in preview for quite a long time, and my videos are not going to be half as regular, as I have exams coming up, which do take priority, as I've said quite a few times before. So yeah, this has been the Album Man. Hope you enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe, and as usual, long live rock and roll.